But I'm also fine with saying what I gotta say, and then if y'all still believe the lie, then that's fine too. But how about this? Let's just stop leaking stuff. Let's just stop leaking stuff, y'all. I'm tired. And I don't want to feel, I'm about to keep talking about this, and I also don't want to feel like I'm walking on eggshells, like, oh my God, I have a movie coming out. That means a fake rumor is about to come out. Another thing about the divorce is about to come out. Okay, I have this movie coming out. Oh God, and we're just waiting for something to, it's too much. It's too much.
Shocking news just broke from the courtroom, and it has left everyone speechless. Iman has officially lost the custody battle over his daughter. Just moments after the decision, Teyana Taylor was spotted outside, completely breaking down in tears. Cameras swarmed the courthouse steps, catching every second of her raw emotional reaction. What was supposed to be a legal victory felt more like a heartbreaking chapter closing. The judge's ruling shocked both the public and media, especially those who had followed the chaotic weeks leading up to it. Teyana clutched her daughter in her arms, sobbing uncontrollably as she walked toward her car. Meanwhile, Iman emerged from the courtroom with a blank stare, like the world had collapsed beneath him. Fans who had been following the story closely are now flooding social media with their reactions. This entire case has become one of the most intense and emotional custody battles in Hollywood. Now, the truth about what really happened inside that courtroom is finally coming to light. The drama didn't begin today. It started months ago, sparked by repeated, intense fights between Iman and Aaron, Teyana's rumored new partner. Teyana, fearing for the safety of her child, made the tough decision to file for sole custody. At first, people thought this was just another celebrity feud, but it escalated quickly. Iman's public outbursts and erratic emotional behavior raised concerns across the board. Fans, legal experts, and even family friends began to worry about the environment the child was living in. Teyana's legal team didn't come unprepared. They submitted pages of text messages, video recordings, and compelling witness testimonies that painted a disturbing picture. One major point discussed in court was Aaron's growing presence in the child's life. Iman accused Teyana of trying to edge him out unfairly, claiming she used her fame and influence to twist the narrative. But in the end, the judge didn't focus on popularity or emotional pleas. It was all about the child's safety. And that's where Iman's defense completely unraveled. Inside the courtroom, tension filled the air as both sides fought hard. Teyana tried to remain composed, but was seen wiping away tears several times during the proceedings. Her lawyers presented damaging evidence that revealed Iman's unstable behavior, including heated arguments and reports of yelling in front of the child. Iman was visibly frustrated, frequently shaking his head and whispering to his attorneys, in disbelief. Witness after witness took the stand, recalling moments where Iman lost control in public settings. One particularly chilling testimony came from a former friend who said Iman screamed so loudly in front of his daughter that bystanders had to intervene. Throughout it all, the judge remained calm, but asked sharply focused questions. Teyana's legal team emphasized her efforts to shield her daughter from the chaos and maintain a peaceful environment. Iman's lawyers tried their best to redirect the narrative, calling him a devoted father who was simply overwhelmed. But the evidence was too overwhelming. As the judge began reading his decision, silence took over. Gasps echoed through the courtroom when the final ruling denied Iman custody. As court adjourned, a deeply emotional Teyana exited the building with tears streaming down her face. She wasn't alone. Her daughter was in her arms, clinging tightly, as if she could feel the weight of the moment. Outside, cameras flashed and reporters called out questions, but Teyana stayed silent. Her friends and legal team formed a protective circle around her, offering quiet support as she walked to the car. It was supposed to be a moment of relief, but instead, it looked like pure heartbreak. Teyana wasn't crying because she won. She was crying because the entire journey had drained her emotionally. For months, she had been in survival mode, protecting her child from what she believed was a harmful environment. And now that it was over, The exhaustion hit her like a wave. It was a victory, yes, but not the kind that brings joy. This was a moment born from pain, struggle, and maternal instinct. The images of her crying while holding her daughter have since gone viral. Fans are calling it the most powerful show of a mother's love in recent memory. On the other side of that emotional courtroom exit, Iman's reaction couldn't have been more different. He didn't say a single word to the press waiting outside. His face was unreadable, blank, stunned, and visibly shaken. Sources close to him say he was blindsided by the verdict and expected a shared custody arrangement at worst. But what followed inside was even more telling. He reportedly stormed away from his legal team, refusing to speak or sign any documents immediately. Those close to him say he feels betrayed by the court system, and possibly even by his own lawyers. Iman is now said to be considering an appeal, though experts warn that without major behavioral changes, it could be a long shot. Some believe this ruling might finally push Iman to confront his issues: public outbursts, trust problems, and emotional instability. His image has taken a massive hit, and few allies remain in his corner. The silence from his side speaks volumes. For now, Iman is alone with the consequences of his actions, and perhaps this moment is the wake-up call he desperately needed. Fans have been closely following this story from the start, and the announcement of the court's verdict has triggered an outpouring of emotions across social media. Many of them feel deeply invested in the case and overwhelmingly support Teyana, commending her for doing whatever was necessary to ensure the safety and well-being of her daughter. Across platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, there has been a wave of celebratory and supportive posts. People are applauding the judge's decision, with many describing it as not just fair, but long overdue. For Teyana's supporters, the verdict represents a victory not just for her, but for every parent who has had to fight for their child's safety in the face of emotional trauma or instability. A significant number of users are also opening up about their own personal experiences, drawing parallels between Teyana's journey and their own past struggles with custody battles or emotionally abusive situations. These testimonies reflect how deeply the public is connecting with the case, not just as spectators of a celebrity drama, but as people who feel seen, validated, and empowered by Teyana's strength. For many, her story offers hope and a sense of justice that transcends the fame or spotlight. The hashtag #Justice for Teyana has quickly gained traction and is now trending across multiple platforms. Thousands of users are posting messages of love, encouragement, and solidarity, urging her to stay strong and reminding her that she's not alone. This groundswell of support isn't limited to fans. A number of celebrities, influencers, and public figures have stepped forward to publicly express their admiration for Teyana. Many have praised her courage, composure, and unwavering commitment to her daughter's safety. Some are even sharing video clips or side-by-side images comparing Teyana's visible emotional pain with Iman's detached, seemingly indifferent reaction during court appearances or interviews. These visual contrasts are being widely shared to highlight who people believe genuinely had the child's best interests at heart. For a lot of fans, the evidence speaks for itself, and Teyana has become more than just a mother in a tough situation. She's become a symbol of strength, resilience, and unwavering maternal instinct. Now that the custody battle has reached its conclusion, Teyana has officially been granted full legal and physical custody of her daughter. This legal win gives her the authority to make all critical decisions about her child's life, including education, healthcare, and overall welfare. However, this doesn't necessarily mean Iman is completely cut off from his daughter. Depending on how things evolve moving forward, the court could allow for limited or supervised visitation rights, but only under strict conditions. According to reports, he would be required to complete certain court-mandated programs, such as anger management courses or ongoing therapy sessions, before any form of contact is reconsidered. These stipulations underscore the court's emphasis on the child's safety and emotional stability as a non-negotiable priority. Teyana's legal team remains vigilant, aware that Iman may not be done with the legal battle just yet. There's speculation that he may file for an appeal or try to contest the court's decision through other legal channels. While nothing official has been filed as of now, her attorneys are reportedly preparing for all possibilities and staying one step ahead to protect both Teyana and her daughter from any future instability. For the time being, though, Teyana's primary focus is on creating a safe, peaceful, and nurturing environment for her child, one free of chaos, conflict, or fear. In the midst of all this, Aaron, who has remained largely in the background throughout the ordeal, is said to be a steady and supportive presence in Teyana's life. Reports suggest he has been by her side during some of the most emotionally difficult moments, offering comfort and stability as she navigated the complexities of the legal process. His quiet support has not gone unnoticed by fans, many of whom have praised him for being a positive influence and for respecting Teyana's need for privacy and focus. On the other hand, Iman's camp has remained conspicuously quiet. No official statement or public comment has been issued yet, although some insiders suggest that a media interview or online post could be in the works. Whether or not he chooses to speak out, it's clear that the public perception of him has shifted dramatically, and it may be difficult for him to restore his image without acknowledging his actions and taking accountability. Although the court case has reached a formal conclusion, the emotional and social impact of this story is far from over. Conversations around domestic conflict, emotional abuse, and parental rights continue to ripple across communities and platforms. Teyana's story has become more than a headline. It's a reminder of the strength it takes to stand up for what's right, especially when children are involved. Fans remain deeply engaged, not just because of the celebrity at the center, but because the issues raised are all too real, all too familiar, and still unresolved for so many. Iman's loss of custody marks a significant turning point in this deeply painful saga. While the legal victory belongs to Teyana, the emotional toll has been heavy on everyone involved, especially the child. Teyana's tears outside the courthouse reminded everyone that even in moments of triumph, heartbreak can still be overwhelming. As for Iman, this might be the most defining moment of his life, one that forces reflection and personal growth. Many hope that this situation will motivate him to seek help and become the father his daughter deserves. Teyana's courage and vulnerability are giving strength to countless other women facing similar battles. At the center of it all is an innocent child who now, hopefully, has a shot at peace and safety. The story isn't just about celebrities or headlines. It's about love, protection, and the fierce fight for a child's well-being. The world is watching, offering support, and waiting to see what comes next. As Teyana walked away with tears in her eyes and her daughter in her arms, she showed the world what real, unconditional love looks like.